Hello, subscribers, and those of you who aren't subscribed. Nice to meet you. I'm a beginner YouTuber who has only recently started making videos. Of course, I'd like to make money from this, but if I don't, there's nothing I can do about it. I'm just giving it a try. I'm simply trying it out. You could call it a hobby, I guess. I think it's a pretty good hobby to have. I'm Korean, so English isn't my native language. Still, since I'm making YouTube videos in English, I think it might help improve my English little by little. When I watch an English video made from something I said, I already know the meaning of what I wrote. I know what my video is about, but then it comes out in English. So I can learn, oh, so this is how I can say what I want to say in English. That's why I like it. So if you have friends from other countries, you could recommend trying something like this to them. You could also recommend my app, SceneMint. Anyway, what is SceneMint, you ask? SceneMint is simply a program for making videos, and I made it myself. I created a website, although I'm not sure whether the payment system is working yet. If you're watching this video a long time after it was uploaded, visit SceneMint and give it a try. Anyway, that's that. As for today's video, well, how should I put it? I'll be honest with you. Honestly, I just upload whatever I feel like talking about every day. I think I'm a slightly unusual person, so I believe my thoughts can become content. If I were an extremely ordinary person, well, I don't know. Maybe that could become content too. But I think I'm a little unusual, and I'm currently making content for people from other countries. So I think that when people from other countries listen to my stories, those stories can also become content. Listening to someone you're meeting for the first time, someone unfamiliar whom you know nothing about, is much more interesting than listening to someone you already know extremely well. That's what I think. Anyway, I do try to upload every day, but I don't think I'll always be able to do it. I might not be able to upload consistently every single day. So, what am I going to talk about today? I don't really have anything in particular to say. When I first started YouTube, my videos were getting around 10 or 15 views. The video that performed slightly better than the others got 18 views, and it was a video about Korea. So I thought, oh, videos about Korea get more views. Then I thought, in that case, I should make videos about Korea. So recently I've been uploading a few videos about Korea. But then one of my videos suddenly exploded. At least it exploded by my standards. It got around 240 views, and it was a video about love. In that video, I talked about love. I think many people worry a lot about whether they deserve to be loved. I think that because I worry about it too. So then, what is love? Why do some people supposedly not deserve to be loved? When you think about it, it's actually quite simple. If I like someone, that's love. If I dislike someone, that isn't love. If I absolutely hate someone and think, I really can't stand that person, then that isn't love. But what if someone else hates me like that? Nobody wants that to happen. Nobody wants to experience being hated by someone else. Then how do you receive love? Well, if people like you, you receive love. It's as simple as that. Maybe you're pretty, handsome, charming, or something like that. I uploaded a video about those things. When it comes to love, people tend to think that the idea, I am someone who deserves to be loved, is something that never changes. I am who I am. I've been myself since the day I was born. For example, if there's someone named James, James is simply James. He might think, I'm James, and I've always been a James who deserves to be loved. People think that this doesn't change, whether James gets older or not. But that isn't true. People are constantly changing. Being human means continuously changing. When someone loves you, there are conditions. There are conditions behind their love for you. When someone looks at you, whether they like you or not, depends on whether you meet their needs. If you meet that person's needs, they'll like you. If you don't, they won't like you. It sounds extremely obvious, and it is obvious, but it's true. However, it isn't quite that simple. You might think only about someone's appearance, but it isn't just about appearance. It could be the way you speak, the way you behave, your thoughts, or the things you say. When you consider all those different things, it isn't necessarily about appearance. It isn't only about your face or your body. It's about whether the qualities you have satisfy the other person's needs. Those needs aren't limited to something like finding you sexy. They could want someone who is kind, or someone who makes them feel good. For example, let's say I like the old man who lives next door. I think he's a really good person and I enjoy meeting and talking with him. Do I like him because I find him sexy? I'm not even gay. Even if I were gay, I still wouldn't necessarily like him in that way. So why do I like the old man? It means that something about him unconsciously matches my needs. My unconscious mind likes his behavior and the qualities he possesses. In other words, he fits my needs. He satisfies some kind of need within me. I think saying some kind of need I already had might be a better way to put it. That's what I talked about in the video I uploaded last time. Now that some time has passed and I'm making another video, I feel like my thoughts are becoming a little more organized. So the conclusion is that my video about love got a lot of views. If you like the subject of love, or are very interested in it, try making and uploading a video about love. It might work well for you. What's really funny is that my videos are growing almost like the Fibonacci sequence. Some of you might not know what the Fibonacci sequence is, but the first video got 1 view, the second got 2, the third got 3, and the fourth got 5. So it was growing like the Fibonacci sequence. Of course, it stopped matching from the 5th video onward. But anyway, that happened. Since I've only just started YouTube, I find all the analytics about my videos fascinating. How many videos have I uploaded now? Around 20? No, I think I've uploaded about 15. Around 70% of all my views are concentrated on that one video. However, its average view duration is short. My other videos have slightly longer average view durations, but the one about love seems to have a shorter one. I also just saw someone on YouTube saying that if you're a YouTuber, you shouldn't rewatch your own video after uploading it. If you're going to watch it, you should watch it all the way to the end. Apparently, if the average view duration is short, the YouTube algorithm sees that as a bad sign. Anyway, that's it. I'll end today's video here. Thank you.